Hey guys, Sonic7 here, and today in this little World War II video, haven't uploaded a video of World War II in a while, so wanted to do a video on it and talk about how I've been feeling about the game recently. Well, first off, I have pretty much lost all enjoyment of any objective mode in public matches. I don't know if this is a recent thing, or if I just don't have good memory and it's always been a thing, or if it's just more commonplace now. But every objective mode I play in this game, it feels like there's two people, probably one on each team, that are actually trying to play the objective, and then everybody else either has no clue that they misclicked and aren't playing TDM, or they just don't care and they're just playing for kills. And that's not fun. If you're trying to play an objective mode, even if the other team's just playing for kills and my team's winning, it's still not fun. The fun from objective modes is derived from everybody playing the frickin' objective, and that's where the excitement starts. You have everybody focusing on defense of the mode, gridiron the ball, domination the flags, capture the flags, hard point the hill. It depends on the mode. But the excitement in these objective modes comes from people focusing on the objective, fighting for it, the strategy that comes into play with objective modes. That's where it becomes potentially more fun than something like TDM. But recently in World War II, literally all I've been playing is TDM. I can't stand objective modes anymore because there's just way too many people that go into these not playing, like they misclick and miss TDM. That's what I'm convinced that they're doing, and it's not fun. Doesn't matter if it's my team that's doing it more, doesn't matter if it's their team that's doing it more, doesn't matter if I'm still frickin' winning. It's just not fun. So I pretty much exclusively play TDM and free-for-all now on World War II, which is crazy because these are two game types that I absolutely despise and looked at with anger in the past CODs, and now they're my favorite game types in this game. Again, I don't know if it's a community thing, I don't know if this is a recent thing, I don't know if it's always been the case and I'm just like realizing it now, but I can't stand objective modes anymore. They just piss me off more than I have fun, so I just don't bother with them now. Now I just play TDM, and it's like if we lose a TDM game and it's because my teammates are bad, it's like whatever, I had a good game, I did all I could do. Whereas in objective modes, it gets to a point where it's like I'm doing so much right now to try to save this game, and no one's even attempting to help me. Or if it's on the other hand, if you're winning the game and the other team's just going for kills, it's like this isn't fun. Like, yeah, we're winning, but it's like this isn't fun at all. We're just playing TDM with these objectives here, and it just ruins the point of the game. So I don't find that fun. I don't know how people find that fun. So I just stopped playing objective modes altogether. All I play now are TDM and free-for-all, and I think I'm gonna stick with that for possibly the rest of World War II, because the way objective modes have gone since the game came out, I don't see anything changing. So maybe I'll dabble in them a little bit for the next couple days because of Christmas noobs. So maybe they will be a little more bearable. And I'll like hop in them for a little bit to get my winter supply drops and then dip. I mean, that's realistically probably what I'll do. It's gotten to the point where I used to, when this winter event first started, I was getting all those contracts. I was getting the Dom contracts, the kill confirmed, and whatnot, and playing all those modes and going for those winter supply drops. Now I don't even do that anymore. For the past week and a half, maybe even 2 weeks, I haven't been doing that. I've just get my TDM contract, my kills in any mode contract, and those are the only two contracts I'll do on the day. And then once I'm done with those, I'm good. That's all I needed to do. It's just I'm so over it. Essentially, I'm just really over it. So in a COD game, in this COD game, you'll find me playing two modes that I absolutely despised for the previous however many COD games, almost like 10 years worth, because the last game I actually enjoyed TDM in was COD 4. That was before I discovered objective modes and how much more fun they are. And plus, TDM in COD is different than Slayer and Halo. I just want to say that. I have a blast with Slayer and Halo. I'm not going to take the time in this video to explain why they're different, because I'm sure a lot of people are like, well, how are they different? The reason, like really quickly without me going in depth in it, maybe I should do a video on this, this would be interesting. The reason why Slayer and TDM are completely different in Halo and COD is merely for the fact that they're completely different games. and the way that they're played, TDM and Slayer end up being played in a lot of different ways, and with the extra health in a way that you have in Halo, there's a lot more strategy to Slayer. A lot more strategy and teamwork compared to COD, where you can just have one guy have his awareness and have his shot absolutely on point, and he can just carry a TDM match in COD, whereas in Slayer and Halo, that can happen, but with two good teams, that's not going to happen. Whereas in COD, two good teams pitted against each other in TDM, it usually comes down to one guy having a really, really good game. So that's the difference there in a very short way. But yeah, so World War II, there's also a recent update which changed some weapon balance stuff. It nerfed the FG, which was good. It was a good nerf. I feel like the FG is still good, but I definitely feel like it's not the absolutely OP, no reason to use any other AR weapon that it was before. Now the ARs actually feel balanced pretty well. The bar is probably the best one again, but the STG is still good. It's still competitive with it. The FG is still good and still competitive with those. You have the M1941, which I wouldn't bring into a competitive match, but for a pub, it's pretty fun and it's surprisingly good. You have the M1 Garand, which I will continuously go on how it's underused and underrated, and an amazing weapon in this game. And then you have the other single shot rifles. I actually like the Gewehr, but the SVT and the carbine suck in my opinion. Those still need work. The Gewehr, though, from what I've used, is actually pretty decent. I think the Gewehr, from what I've used of it, it feels like a carbine, except it shoots faster. Feels like it has the exact same stats as the carbine, it just shoots faster, which is exactly my issue with the carbine. So it's like, why use the carbine? Literally, the Gewehr is a better version of the carbine. There's like no reason to use the carbine. Maybe I'm missing something in the weapon stats. Maybe I should look them up, but just based off of feel, it feels like the Gewehr is just a better version of the carbine. So still some issues in the AR class balance, but I think it's better. I think it's improved. They also messed with the SMG balance, which I think is also better and improved. The MP40 and the Thompson are more viable now. I don't think that they're OP. I still think the PPSH is the best, but I think that the PPSH can be bested by a good MP40 user, a good Thompson user. So I think the SMG balance is in a better state now. But with this update, now I think the guns that they need to look at in the SMG class are the WAF and the Type. I think the Type and the WAF are going to be those two weak guns, like the SVT and the carbine of the SMG class. I think they're going to be a little weak, and I think they're going to be left out. Whereas the Grease gun is still low-key pretty good. The new weapon, the SMG, the Sten, I'm going to try to get a gameplay with that soon. The Sten's pretty fun, and I think once I get a sight on it, because I don't really like the iron sight of the Sten for some reason, I think the Sten's going to be a very good gun. It feels like a good mix between the Type and the Grease gun. I think I'm really going to enjoy it. But yeah, especially with the Sten coming into play, that brings even more issues for the Type and the WAF. So I think the Type and the WAF need some adjustments, because they're very fun weapons to use. I just think that they're a little outclassed now. So this recent update overall was pretty good. You know, they're still taking baby steps, which bothers me, but you know, they're getting there. They're getting there. World War II's in an okay spot now. It's getting better. I'd raise my score from a 6 to a 6.5. Essentially, there's still a lot of problems with it. One quick thing I want to mention before capping off this video, because like I said, this video is me just talking about whatever with World War II, whatever's on my mind. Ever since the recent update, I think it was an update that came out, I think it was the ranked play update. Ever since the ranked play update, I have absolutely hated the fact, the spawn glitch. The spawn glitch, to me, this could be completely placebo, but I feel like the spawn glitch is so much worse than it used to be. For one, it's worse for me in particular. Before that update, I literally used to never get the spawn glitch. Okay, maybe like 1 out of every 10 games. Now, ask my friends, it's literally 50% of the time, maybe even more, I get the spawn glitch, sometimes lasting up to a freaking minute before I can spawn in. And that's just unacceptable. You can't have a glitch like that in a game, so they need to fix the spawn glitch. That's, in my opinion, that's the biggest issue of the game right now. Fix the spawn glitch, and that's like, that brings my enjoyment up a lot. That'll bring my score up to a 7, dude. Fix the spawn glitch. Yeah, I don't know if it's better for, I'm sure it's all over the place. I don't know if other people experience it being worse, but for me it's worse. And it's not just worse for me, it's just worse in general. Like me looking at my teams at the beginning of games. I had a game just today where all 6 people on the enemy team were able to spawn in at the beginning of the game. My team, 1 person was able to spawn in. 15 seconds later, another person came in. 15 seconds later, another person came in. And then 45 seconds after the match started, we were able to get everybody on the team in the game. It's unacceptable, dude. You can't have a glitch like that. It just needs to be fixed, man. Oh, spawn glitch. Absolutely sucks. But yeah, I can't rant about the spawn glitch for too long because it's not really an interesting thing to talk about aside from the fact that it just frustrates me. So yeah, that's how I'm feeling about World War II at the moment. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Next video, I wanted to hold it off this video. I could have kept talking about it, but next video I'm going to talk about ranked play. So here are my thoughts on that in the next one. See you guys there.